The collectives meets with APC candidates for state and federal legislative arms on Remo development and accountable governance. As part of its ongoing commitment to community advancement, civic engagement and responsible leadership, the collectives on May 23, 2026 hosted a high-level meeting at its clubhouse with APC candidates to the state and federal House of Assemblies and representatives to deliberate on governance, accountability, constituency engagement, and sustainable grassroots development across Remoland. The engagement forms part of a broader initiative by the collectives to interact with political actors, public office aspirants across party lines to better understand their visions, priorities and commitments towards the development of Remo communities. The initiative is strictly non-partisan and is aimed at fostering constructive dialogue, promoting accountability, and advocating for policies and projects that deliver meaningful dividends of democracy to the people. The delegation was received by members of the collectives club, led by the president, Alhaji Tayo Rabiu. Also in attendance at the meeting were members of the club in the diaspora who joined the interactive session online. In his address, the president of the collectives gave an overview of the club's vision and impact in Remo. He highlighted the club's flagship humanitarian initiative, specifically in healthcare outreach, noting that remarkable growth and impact achieved over the years through collaboration, sacrifice, and collective support from members and partners, including the Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital, Shagamu. According to him, the club has continued to expand its medical outreach efforts through the provision of drugs, medical consumables, and healthcare to support vulnerable individuals and health institutions, including interventions that have positively impacted patients within teaching hospitals and underserved communities.
Everywhere along the premises, and we know how it is. It is not like overseas. When someone is ill, members of the family want to be close there, despite whatever you want to. So, and we have the foyer there where relatives, someone overseas will say, why are you building a foyer for relatives to come and stay? They don't have where to stay, So we understand the environment, we understand our culture also. We have the foyer there where people can sleep very well like human beings, and they have facilities to the toilets, the bathrooms, and all that, so they don't have to. Because they come to take care of their relatives, they now go on with other ailments. So, and that is key for us. Health Week is also in collaboration with Olabisi Onabanjo University. So we definitely will have a lot of conversation and a lot of discussions as to how we can collaborate. I'm happy. And I can tell you we're happy as the collectives that even when you said, collectives, they are evasive and all that, our people don't like being associated with politics and all that. But it has become necessary that whether we like it or not, human beings are political animals. We may not be into partisan politics, but politics determines what we get as a people, what our people get, and we can obviously whether we like it or not. And we have the Odemo here. We are spreading the gospel of the collectives more and more into Remo. So Remo is there and germane to our hearts. We want to ensure that we are planting all of these in Remo, and there's nothing as good as our representatives with talking, we're engaging with each other. A number of us are from the private sector, so the way we look at things, but then we also have our contacts. We also have people who have things that we can do and all that. So,
speaking during the engagement, Honorable Mrs. Fumia Fuakwe expressed appreciation to the collectives for creating a platform that encourages direct interaction between political stakeholders and grassroots. She stressed that sustainable development can only be achieved through inclusive governance and continuous engagement with the people, noting that leaders must remain connected to the realities, challenges and aspirations of the communities they serve. Honorable Efuakwe further disclosed that she and her team will continue consultations with critical stakeholders, including market women, youth and community-based groups, as part of the efforts to ensure broader participation and people-oriented representation. Also speaking of the meeting were House of Assembly aspirants Honorable Olapeju Abiodun Ayodele PJ and Honorable Muhammad Damilare Bello Dre, who formally introduced themselves to members of the club, shared their vision for effective constituency representation and grassroots development. The aspirants pledged to provide responsive, accessible, and impactful representation if elected, while assuring members of the club of their commitment to addressing pressing community needs and supporting developmental initiatives.
Well, I don't want to start to come here and feel like I'm using style to praise myself. If you are looking for a position that is accessible, people that knows me here know the kind of person I am. I use just a line, and I pick any call, even numbers that I don't know, because I believe that anything you are asking me is either a yes or a no. If I'm able to do it, I do it. If I am not, I'll tell you. If you are not satisfied that I'm not, then that's a different case. But it's either a yes or a no. We have to start making our constituents have trust in us. They should know the kind of person you are. That no, if she's going to do it, she will do it. If she says no, just know that it's a no area. So the feedback aspect, even now that I've just been voted as a candidate alone, even our party people, we have issues, because there is a meeting we're supposed to do quarterly. There is supposed to be Remo caucus for the party that has not been done in 10 years, and I've just revised the thing, and I promise them that even before the election we are going to be having it quarterly. I'm a woman, I'm a married woman, though my husband, maybe because he's from Remo, has given me the opportunity to be here to serve our people. It does not mean I should not know what I'm doing. A lot of people do not know me personally, because I don't go out. I don't really. But collectives is somewhere I can say I'm driving. My house is just down there. I'm driving. Okay, I won't go anywhere. I turn inside, and so the feedback. If I don't get close to our people, how do I get the feedback? How do I? And you know, we politicians, we always want to do one term and be asking for. I don't want a second term I'll be struggling for. I want a second term that my people will say, yes, you have done well, let us go again. If my people says no in the first, after the first time, then what am I going there to do? So, the feedback aspect, I can guarantee you that I'm just a fool.
During the interactive session, members raised critical issues bordering on transparency, accountability, infrastructure development, constituency projects, land administration, youth empowerment, and inclusive policy making. Members of the Collectives Club emphasized the need for continuous grassroots engagement, especially with youth, women, market associations, and community-based groups, to ensure that government interventions and constituency projects truly reflect the needs of the people. Concerns were also raised regarding transparency in public projects execution and the need for effective monitoring mechanisms to ensure accountability in the utilization of public resources. The meeting concluded with renewed calls for stronger collaborations between political representatives, community stakeholders, and civic organizations in promoting responsive governance and sustainable development and improved quality of life for the people of Remaland.
Well, the party chose them. The people voted for them. We had primaries. Everybody lined up. We had our direct primaries, and they emerged. They had, although we already had consensus candidates, so to say, but we went ahead through the polls to ratify them. So that's why they're here. Well, it's an engagement thing. We were looking forward to engage them because they are critical stakeholders in Remo land, and we need to work with them so that we can get the best out of Remo. So our expectations were not disappointed.
I was born into a political family, and growing up, I was running away from politics. But each time I try to run away from politics, something still keeps on dragging me back to politics. So, as a human, I'm a politician by nature, because we all are political animals, you understand? So I developed interest in politics because I'm such a person that likes to give back to the community. And since I started doing things for myself, started making it in life, I felt like it's better for me to start doing things back home for people who were in the position that I was, growing up. So if you don't really know the pain of the people, you don't really know how to treat them. So I've been through it, and the best way for me to activate into more to give back to my people is to go into politics. So I have been representing very well, and I'm very sure I'll represent very well when elected officially. Thank you.
What brought me back into the system is my good job, and I'm hoping to give them more because I know I've done fantastically well. I've touched almost all the wards, all the communities in my constituency, and I've done fantastically well. Yeah, I've been highly accessible, and I have my constituency office in Shagamu, and my office is always very open. My room office is 128, which is very popular at the Ogun State House of Assembly. So I'm open to everyone. I use one line to WhatsApp, and yeah, that's it. I'm open.
Put me